Hey everybody, welcome back with Beat on Mac, where today we're going to continue our playthrough on Miscellaneous Monday. It's going to be Chapter 3 of Bully, Rockstar's Bully that is. Of course, on Miscellaneous Monday, it could be any kind of game that we play through here. Of course, we could do some platformers, some shooters, some open world games such as Bully like we're playing now. And on our Bully playthrough, we are doing chapter by chapter. I'm just going mission by mission, skipping loading screens and whatnot. And,
So, you must be pretty proud of yourself.
we got some cutscenes here, so I'll continue afterwards.
They picked a fight with me, and I showed them who was boss.
And Gary got them to pick that fight, so maybe you'll show him as well.
Gary's an even bigger problem. He'll have to wait. Hey, what's this throwback want?
A haircut? A nice strong man to cuddle up to? Who knows?
Jimmy Hopkins, right? My friend Johnny needs your help.
Then tell your
Boy,
friend
do
Johnny
not
to come
like
and
Jimmy's
ask for it.
haircut, fellas.
Nobody tells Johnny anything. Johnny Vincent does the telling.
Well, he doesn't tell me what to do. Now beat it, greaseball. You're causing an oil slick.
I said he needs your help, man.
Do I look like a charity service?
You're gonna pay for this.
What is wrong with this place? Everyone here either needs help, wants to beat you up, or both.
Well, you know who Johnny Vincent is, though, don't you?
No, and I don't care.
He's head of the Greaser Clique. Get friendly with him, and he can help you get to Gary.
Yeah, maybe. Tell you something, Pete. This place blows.
Tell me about it.
Right, so we go chapter by chapter here, and I do all the side missions in said chapters, and mission to mission, let you guys see all the cutscenes and whatnot. A lot of times I do end up talking through them, but I'm not going to do any more of the
Sir, are you okay?
club hangout spots, you know, the specific challenges for the kliqs or whatever, because it's not necessary. I'll probably end up putting them into videos later on or whatever, but...
I'm not okay. Hey, I'll tell you what. I'll give you $5.
Oh, poor guy.
Comics if you help
Reminds me of the
get
comic
my
book guy. I mean, he
back
does
on
work
the
at a
ground.
comic book store, but he's not as
got a
much of an
deal.
asshole. He's just nerdy, but... This is going to be a pretty quick mission. I'm calling it 30 seconds. Watch this, fellas. Watch this. What aim, fellas. How to be on the, quarterback of the football team. But we'll get to the football team later. So yeah, this is going to focus on the greasers. So last chapter, pretty much to wrap it up, was we fought against the Preppies. And I gotta turn that stuff off. So, fought against the Preppies, the rival to the greasers. It's kind of like an outsider kind of thing. Even, my dad back in the day in the 80s when he was growing up, the rich kids actually did apparently come down and start beating up on him. It was kind of like a gang warfare thing, so crime seems to be a lot worse nowadays. However, I think it's always been pretty bad. I guess you can't fit through the door. But with that out of the way, I mean, we're going to kind of go with a different approach here. With the Preppies, we kind of just mess with them. This time, it seems like we're going to be working with the leader of the greasers. So let's see what he has to say.
I bet you think I'm funny, don't you? A laughing stock?
Not really. I mean, you dress a little weird, but...
Yeah, and everyone is laughing at me. All of you at me!
What are you talking about?
Don't play dumb with me. Have you had her?
Who are you talking about?
I bet you have. Have you had her?
What are you doing? Who?
Lola! That slut! That slut I love.
No, man.
She's cheating on me, man. I know she is. The little slut. Oh, it's killing me. Me, dying over a broad? Oh, man, I knew this was coming.
What are you talking about?
She's with that rich kid, Gord. I know she is.
How do you know?
Will you find out for me? I can't take the suspense. Look, meet me at the underpass near New Coventry tonight. We'll get evidence. Bring a camera, and then we'll settle this once and for all.
So, yep, this whole chapter is going to revolve around Johnny, who is the leader of the Greasers gang. They're the car working guys, the Greasers, the 50s, and stuff like that. The thing I don't like about them is, I don't really think they kind of fit the vibe of the game. In my opinion, I guess it's supposed to be cartoony, it kind of capture, nostalgic vibes and this and that, but for me, it's just, this is supposed to take place in 2006, and it's just, I'm sorry, there's no, I could take maybe one greaser kind of guy, he's in the cars or whatever, wearing a leather jacket, but I just think it's a little unrealistic in my opinion. It kind of takes me out of it, but that's probably just me. But, I mean, this whole game story is always crazy. And that wasn't a greaser, by the way. That was just some random townie that we had to take out. I think his name's Jerry. But yeah, Lola and Johnny, we're gonna pretty much essentially be in the middle of their whole love affair thing going on here. And you're gonna find out Lola, you know, she's kind of the girl in school that makes it around, if you know what I'm saying, you know.
Have you ever, you know?
So I mean, I'm sure we're gonna have a lot of interesting things to say this episode. I mean, last episode I, you know, talked about a lot of crazy stuff, you know, incest, you know, women having two vaginas instead of a butthole, and
Hey there.
all sorts of weird stuff, even just my recording process. So we're gonna have a lot to talk about this time. But one thing I think chapter 2 and 3 did really well, in my opinion anyway, is yes, you're going against the Preppies, and yes, you're going against the Greasers, but they gave you an overarching story. It's not just, the intent isn't just to be, okay, let's beat this guy's leader so we can just kind of, you know, rule the school type deal. They kind of happen naturally through just interacting with the students and whatnot. You know, Gary has things to do with chapter 2 as to why we started our rivalry with the Preppies. He started a lot of crap with them. And then, of course, in chapter 3, we're kind of just messing with Lola and Johnny, and the Greasers themselves, they're kind of just, you know, a byproduct of that. And I actually like that a lot more, because you're going to see chapter 4 and 5 in particular, they're not nearly as good story-wise, and it's kind of all over the place. And chapter 4, it's alright, but it's kind of just the classic nerd versus jock thing, and it doesn't stand out very well. But
Here are the pictures, Johnny.
before I talk trash
Lola's a
about
bit of
future
a
episodes
slut,
and make it so nobody wants to actually see them, you know, let's focus on the here and now and in chapter 3. So Johnny's honestly my favorite of the kliq leaders. He's a little unhinged, kind of like Gary. I think he's a more dangerous kind of unhinged, which you know, is, I guess you could put up for a debate, subjective type deal. But Johnny is kind of, you know, it's kind of an effect of a guy who's simping over a woman, and you know, you could be the biggest, toughest guy, but if you let a girl, you know, enter your thoughts like this and that, and you're not man enough to kind of realize you're better than them and move on and stuff like that. Johnny is a very good character, and you know, the unfortunate effects and how the mental issues it could bring upon you. You could be the biggest, strongest guy, it doesn't
I'll
matter.
make this quick.
But taking a break from that, we get a present from our
Just
mom.
great.
I don't know how. I'm assuming she just sent it either from the cruise ship, or she just sent it to us and had it waiting until Christmas this whole time. But yeah, quite the specimen, right? Don't worry, you'll get a better look at it while we're playing the missions, because I'm gonna try and start changing my outfits up a little bit more.
What's this gourd kid got that I ain't got?
Nothing?
You think it's funny, don't you? You think I'm a joke? Well, my little friend, I'm the king around here. Me!
I know. You're the king.
But my queen is a slut, and now everybody's laughing at me. Well, not anymore.
I'm not laughing.
Good. Good, kid. You and me, we're gonna teach young Gord to keep his dirty paws off my woman. My queen. Get him to the abandoned building in New Coventry behind Union Hall. I'll be waiting there to school that little weasel.
I'll be there.
Yeah, Johnny's the kind of character that probably should be on medication. I think he's funny too, just, you know, his interactions with Jimmy, you know, Johnny's just kind of going insane. Jimmy just doesn't really give a crap. So he's just saying, yeah, I'm not laughing at you. You know, just doesn't care, you know, very funny. Kind of how a lot of people think me, for what because I obviously you can tell I have a very monotone voice, so I just say things in a very matter-of-fact way. A lot of people think I'm very confrontational or stuff like that. It's very hard to read my emotions. I'm sure a lot of you might even think I'm bored just narrating this stuff, but trust me, nothing is quite like Bully. You know, I love talking about the games I play and stuff like that. You know, unfortunately, I feel like I need to kind of say that and stuff like that, because this is just how my voice is all the time, you know, consistently every day. But we got these guys on the bait, and I gotta get in there. I wanted to get in there before he shot the egg at me.
Hello, Gord. Seems like you've been messing where you ought not.
No, cousins are legal. Oh, you mean Lola?
Yeah, my woman. Now you pay.
Yep, there we go again with the incest, fellas. I find it so odd. to me, more so than them being rich, that is like the main focal point of these characters a lot of times, I feel like. It's just the fact that they're all products of incest and stuff like that. That's why I hope, you know, even if it's not good for them, I mean, hopefully, you know, Lola can break that kind of cycle with Gord or something like that, or, you know, I mean, she's got all the Preppies wrapped around her finger, as you'll see later on. But, I don't know, it's a very odd, gross, and a kind of uncomfortable thing, but this game just kind of brings it forward and talks about it all the time with the rich kids. I guess it's keeping it in the family, but thank God we have somebody like Jimmy that's collecting the harem and, you know, is gonna break, you know, that cycle for our girl Pinky, right? Jeez, I can't even do anything. These guys are flying firecrackers all over the place. I'm just gonna wait, and sometimes it'll take like 30 minutes, but I'm gonna see if the characters... Oh, alright, we got it. That was pretty quick for this mission.
Thanks, Jimmy. You're a good kid, you know? Here's your money. See you around.
Sure thing, Johnny.
So as you can see, we're actually on pretty good terms with the Greasers. That's why I like this chapter. It's kind of setting a different precedent. And, you know, the respect meter is kind of fickle. It doesn't really mean much, as you're about to find out. But,
Amigo!
oh, jeez. What's going on here?
Help!
Amigo?
Johnny and his goons were hassling me about Algie. That guy's gone even crazier.
Amigo.
Thinks Algie is trying to put the moves on his girl.
Algie and Lola?
I know. It's crazy. Everyone knows Algie likes blondes.
Jeez.
Listen, find
There are
Algie
no blondes.
and get him back here until Johnny comes to his senses.
Where is he?
I don't know. I know he was working on a math project for Hattrick with Cornelius. Maybe he knows where Algie is.
Who?
Cornelius. You know, the scrawny kid in the acting club. He did an amazing Juliet in the school play. I think he has a 4.0 grade point average.
So, once again, I also like the fact that pretty much you help the nerds throughout the entirety of the game in the first early chapters. I like the consistency of it, the variety in the chapters and the missions, the motivations for why Jimmy does things. You see a lot of, you know, good qualities in him when he goes and helps the nerds too. Uh-oh, there's Gary Bear.
He's at the pizza parlor, okay? Please let me go now.
Come on. We know you know where he is. Shut up, Gary. You guys get Algie and bring him to me at the clubhouse. You guys, take care of this pathetic excuse for a human being.
I was hoping you'd say that.
Help me!
Jeez, look at a couple of jerks. They got the information they need and they're still trying to beat him up. Alright, 20 bucks has accidentally hit this dude. Wait, he's joining in? Alright.
Now, what to do with this?
You're gonna get creamed.
Jeez. This is getting ridiculous.
Oh, thanks so
Alright, that was
much,
pretty
Jimmy.
close.
Hey,
Yeah,
I
the
was
nerds
lying
do
when I
not
told
last
Johnny
long
that
at all.
Algie is at the pizza parlor. You gotta go help him.
But jeez, now I'm trying to remember what I was talking about before the cutscene aired. But yeah, the variety of, you know, missions I like in this, and I don't know, you'll just notice that it gets kind of, you know, I think they had less time to develop missions for later levels and stuff like that. Chapter 2 was very good at showing you all the things you can do in the town. You know, you had the mission with Pinky where you take her to the carnival and you can play those games and buy stuff from, you know, the carnival shop that you can't get anywhere else. Then there's also the last minute shopping, which you see all the variety of things of haircuts, clothes shoppings, going to the Yum Yum markets. So Chapter 2 did a really good job at exploring that. Chapter 3 is kind of more your, you know, it's just, I think it's probably my favorite chapter story-wise, just because, like I said, it's the most unique story in my opinion, and of course, uh-oh, I got a red meter. But of course, you know, it's just, I think they did a very good job of, you know, mixing it up in the story department as well. And getting chased. Imagine outrunning a cop on a bicycle.
Algie, you're in so much trouble with Johnny Vincent and his boys.
That face Algie makes.
So, Chad. Honey, listen, it's just $100. That's nothing to a man of your means.
Oh, but Lola, I'd have to steal it off of my father.
But Lola, I thought that
Will
me
you
and
shut
you...
up, fatso?
Big boned, not fat.
I thought you liked me. You said you did.
I do. I really do.
Some friend you turned out to be. You must think I'm really cheap. Just a cheap slut. Well, that's it.
No, but Lola, wait.
Smart ass.
Ridiculous. Women. Look at you both. You're pathetic. But
I
I thought
thought
she
she
liked
liked
me. I don't believe this. You both better get over it.
Oh, no.
Listen, we gotta get out of here before Johnny Vincent sees you hanging out with his girlfriend. Algie, you take the girl's bike. Chad, you better pedal for both of us. I get a feeling I'm headed for a fight.
But I was just helping Lola study, honestly. I'm so scared.
What? Well, he's got to be around here somewhere. Let's go find him.
Uh-oh, too late, fellas.
Is that Algie? On a girl's bike?
I remember that when I was a kid, that was actually like a top tier joke for me. This mission doesn't mess around. I mean, they're kind of aggressive, and there's no heals either. But yeah, it's a very unique mission. This mission always stands out in my mind because of the first-person perspective, and you get a crazy look at times of what the greasers look like. I think Lola, I guess maybe I'm in the minority. I mean, we're talking about PS2 Polygon characters here, but I think she looks kind of like an ape. I think she looks gross. I don't understand why everybody's always simping over her in this, in the game. Jeez. But yeah, we're gonna face endless waves of the same guys coming at us. You know, there's Norton, still throwing stuff at us too. But it kind of stinks because I don't know. I think it'd be cool if, like, you know, kind of like the nerds right now. You know, we kind of got with a group and they were nice, and we earned their respect by just doing missions for them rather than, you know, eventually betraying them, kind of like what we're doing now. And you know, it is the right thing to do in this situation because it's clearly Lola is using Algernon, and you know, Johnny's too unhinged for something like that to realize, you know, hey, it's Algernon is really the one who's getting used and stuff like that. He doesn't understand that she's using everybody else and whatnot, but you know, that's kind of high school when you think about it. Not mature enough to understand what, you know, some people are doing. Too caught up in our own feelings and whatnot. I don't know how that hit him, but I'm not complaining. But yeah, it's kind of cool. This is kind of one of the reasons why I like Chad too. It just really comes in clutch in this mission. But he's also, once again, none of the preps, like, they're all just, I think the game does a very good job of just portraying them as pretty much all just terrible people. You know, the greasers, they're all very huge dickheads and assholes and do what they want. But I think some of them still have a little bit of honor. You see, you know, every now and then. Some of these guys, you can't react at all. Once again, I can't really see on my mini-map. I'm going to point that out every single,
We're nearly there, Jimmy. Just hold them off a little
pretty much every
longer.
single chapter that I can't really see where people are spawning on my mini-map and stuff. But I would have been really, really pissed off if, like, during the cutscene, I got hit with a, you know, a firecracker. You gotta give it to Algernon. I mean, he kept up.
Oh, wonderful! You found him! Good job, Jimmy. You do have your uses after
And I think some of
all.
this underrated is just the idle animations of the characters constantly moving for no reason, scratching their asses, picking their noses.
No.
That's an underrated feature of Bully. Alright, now we're on to the next one, which is tagging. And this introduces another new mechanic in the game. It's a very pointless mechanic, but you know, you may have seen people just,
Greet your new boss, Harrington?
excuse me, just maybe tagging random walls and stuff like that. But here's a good cutscene that kind of shows
No, sir.
I think Darby Harrington's just kind of a genuine massive asshole.
Boss, those grease monkeys are making
But
life
I don't think
very
he's a character
difficult
that's
for
meant to be
Gord. That's
redeemed
because
either
Gord
way.
was showing one of their girlfriends a good time. Some
Yeah,
leader
look at that
you turned
beautiful
out to be.
sweater.
Father says leadership is
Unfortunately,
about
I
looking
can't kiss any
after
girls
those
though.
you lead.
It doesn't let
He
me
taught
because
that
if you,
right
depending on
before
what
he
you
laid everyone
dress
off. So what do you
or
want
how
me
you
to
dress
do?
in this
Send them a
game,
message all over their dirty little
you just
slob.
can't kiss
Why
girls
should
because they don't
I?
want to be
Because
seen with you.
you're the boss. Exactly. I'm the boss, and I'll go send the message.
But yeah, the attention to detail too. Like here, I'm gonna try and kiss Penny, Pinky. But obviously it doesn't work because she doesn't want to be seen kissing me. So
Hey, you doing anything?
It was nice.
usually there's like some, I think, lips at the bottom. You gotta give them flowers, this and that to get, a kiss. Or no, it's a heart. Then you give them the flowers, and that's the kiss. And if you complete all the art classes in this game, then you don't need flowers. You can just ask for a kiss. You're good enough. King of the school type deal. But yeah, the attention to detail. I mean, they gave everybody a secondary model pretty much for the winter model. It's only in chapter 3 when you can do, winter activities like shoveling snow, and snowball fights. Snowball fights are awesome too. It's pretty much like a second map when you think about it. I mean, they even have the snow man that's hanging around they can destroy. It'd be cool if we could get some collectibles by destroying, like, a certain amount of snowmen around the town or whatever, but I guess they didn't want to lock anybody into something they couldn't complete. Because even the Halloween stuff, that's one night only, but other than the big prank, like, obviously I found the pumpkins in the boiler room later on, so you can get the collectibles off of that, and then way later when you get to the trailer park, you'll find in a warehouse, you'll see the gravestone things. Uh-oh, I guess he's seeing us. Let's see if we can intimidate him. Uh-oh, I thought we did, but now we gotta beat on him. It's always just funny to me when, like, you're having a fight and you just see people casually walk and mind their own business. Oh jeez, okay, we're getting swarmed here. And I can see a few more of them in the distance. I think that's Norton too. We gotta take care of this quick. What the hell? What was getting thrown at me? Jeez, this dude's running. Kinda stinks that we couldn't stay on good terms with him because, I liked how Ricky... I liked how Ricky had, he helped us out take on the preps, and, we helped Johnny take out the preps, and it seems like it's not a bad reason and whatnot. It's just Jimmy I think this is one of the times where he lets people influence his actions with Darby. But we're gonna have to... They don't really give you that much for whatever reason, even though it's a mission you have to start. And I'm assuming the idea is... Uh-oh.
Hey, you.
What's up?
Their positive interaction for the last time when I beat that kid up accidentally in the store. But I think the idea is just to show you maybe that there are more ways to more things to buy in the shop. Sorry, sometimes I have a trouble getting my thoughts out. Alright, we're gonna have a snowball fight. Right in the balls. I love that mechanic in this game. It's usually always luck, but I think I can get away with it. Oh, come on. I was so close. Yeah, now we got Peanut. It's weird because Peanut's supposed to be like the second in command, I think. I wonder why Hal's just... There's always that punk adult that, like, the teenagers and stuff always try and fight for some reason. It's really weird. I'm sure it's not the first time you're gonna see it. Jeez, it's kind of hard to do anything with these greasers just constantly respawning all over the place. Hopefully that punk guy's keeping Hal busy. Uh-oh, I think Hal just got busted. But yeah, Peanut I think is supposed to be the ideal like second in command, but he has no relevance really in this chapter. I mean, even Biff, he's technically the second in command of the Preps, even though Tad has kind of a lot more shine. But with Biff, you can see it, and obviously he's the boxing champ and this and that. But with Peanut, you know, he comes and asks for you for help at the beginning. We're gonna see him one more time later on. It's not a very important role, but it seems as though Norton, we're gonna see, you know, he's the big, strong black kid in the Greasers. You know, he's kind of the one that really seems like he's the real second in command because he's a tough guy and whatnot. So
Yeah, you look real cool.
that's right. Walk away. Damn it!
This is mine now.
You made me. What? You're not gonna nice bike me, pal. But yeah, that Peanut guy, I think people, the reason why they say he's like second in command is I think he's just kind of the messenger. Wow, that's crazy. It all loaded in. PS2, guys. Maybe it's the emulator too. I can't remember. But he's always just going on, and he's like Johnny. He probably loves Johnny more than Woa does, honestly. Peanut was the guy who asked for help at the beginning of the chapter, if you didn't know.
I'm gonna kill him.
Johnny, please! We've been over that. He's sweet,
It's
but
what a
it was so
manipulative bitch.
innocent.
Get off.
Oh, I love it when you get angry, Johnny. I really
Relentless,
do.
too.
You're so bestial. Hey, Jimmy.
Hey,
What are you doing here?
looking for you, Johnny.
At Lola's house?
Yeah.
Be nice to each other. You know what I like about you two? You're both so straightforward, so quick to judge, so fast.
Ain't no one fast like me.
Really? So you could beat Jimmy in a race?
Definitely.
I heard he was pretty fast.
This little twerp? Give me a break.
Oh, I think we've got a little challenge. I just love challenges. They make me so excited.
Jeez, look at those disgusting lips. Does she even have eyebrows?
Don't have to worry about this. Remember,
How is
a
everybody
wheel
simping over her? I just
We're
don't get
gonna
it.
Break you.
She's also got a weird, uncomfortably, like... She's sleazy, but it's a very sexual way. Like, it doesn't seem like it's just on the aspect of, oh yeah, you know, I'm gonna go around and kiss as many boys as I can type deal. She seems like a legitimate, like, whore. Doesn't mind sleeping for a dude for $100. And I mean, she knows how to play these guys, unfortunately.
When I'm finished beating you, I'm going home to Lola.
But yeah, she's clearly, you know, she's probably the worst girl in the game, and that's tough competition. I mean, Pinky, she's just a massive spoiled brat. You're gonna see just how we've already kind of seen how much of just a straight up asshole that Mandy, the cheerleader, is in chapter 1. You know, bullying Beatrice. Beatrice is the nice girl type deal. She just has cold sores, so that's her issue. But yeah, Lola, I think she's kind of the worst just because she's so clearly manipulating everybody for her own purposes. She doesn't really have any form of true love. And even when she says, you know, she does care for Johnny, it's always in this very sarcastic, phony kind of way. We're going to see a lot more later on. And, you know, she loves pissing off Johnny, as we've seen here. She gives no fucks about it. But I don't know, as she said, she likes it when he gets angry. Bestial, as she put it, I think. This isn't a bad race, actually. I thought I would be getting my butt whooped by the Greasers. I think there's supposed to be traps that are coming, but... Oh, what the hell? How are you gonna add to me? What the hell? What is this, rubber band? Oh shit. No. Did that dude just take my bike? No, never mind. I got a different bike than that. But yeah, that's not good. I hope the rubber band mechanics work for me too, because that's clearly what they were doing. They didn't do that in Race the Vow. Yeah, I hear the traps. Was he really gonna try and take me off the bike? I knew they cut down the trees and whatnot, but it's crazy. Let's try this again. Because I got that kid on the, in the cut. What?
Nice
Okay, he's got to have some sort of plot armor or something like that. There's no reason why he shouldn't have fallen off. I think I can still win this though. Come on. But I mean, it worked for in the klepto comic thing. The first mission I did, I nailed that kid first try. So, man, it's kind of crazy that who set up all these like the race to Val. I get it because it's the rich kids, but who set up all these races? Set up all these roadblocks for Lola's race. She's sleeping with the whole city, the construction crew or something too, to get that kind of treatment. Wouldn't surprise me, honestly. Boy, that's a tight turn. I remember I remember that turn very well. It's the last thing, and it's the kind of thing that can kill the entirety of the race. I remember it didn't happen this time when I was playing through the game, but I mean I've had to restart the race like 3 times.
You won. Well, of course my bike wasn't tuned right. I'm gonna head to the shop and do some work on it.
More bike talk? I'll meet you guys later.
Hey.
Once again, I love the stupid idle animations. Even when he's pissed off and he's, you know, oh, you'll win this time, Jimmy. He's still just fixing his hair for some reason. So goofy. But unfortunately, it looks like we have fallen under Lola's spell ourselves. Despite the fact he sees how damaging it is, Jimmy just doesn't care, I guess. He just needs that harem completed.
Very well, young squire.
Huh?
How are you, young man? Can I offer you a highball?
Yeah, sure.
Actually, maybe you're a little young. Better keep this out of harm's way.
Are you gonna be alright, sir?
It's that pompous ass Patrick. He's bad-mouthing me all around the staff room.
Why?
He keeps calling me a drunk. Says that I am irresponsible. He's trying to get me fired. He's trying to turn Miss Phillips against me.
Well, sir, when people say bad things about what I do, I like to prove them wrong.
Really? How? By showing a nobler side of yourself? Rising above it?
No, not exactly. I like to show that they massively underestimated the force that they were dealing with, and then really give them something to complain about.
Ah, the treacherous Machiavel. I love it.
Good. Me too.
So now we're continuing the whole Hattrick versus Galloway saga. Galloway is our buddy, you know, the English teacher. He's actually, you know, a supportive teacher. He tries to encourage his students, but unfortunately his colleague Hattrick makes his life miserable. It started in chapter 2, you know, so because his life is miserable, because of Hattrick's constant tormenting, we get, you know, we help out Galloway and trying to, you know, help him curb his drinking problem that was caused by Hattrick in general. And this mission, once again, I think almost every mission introduces a new feature, so you can do it whenever, but this is when I first learned that you could hold on to the back of cars to go where you need to go. And this is one of the more fun missions. I love destroying glass things in this game. It's so satisfying. And so we're going to head to Hattrick's house and destroy all of his plants, you know, greenhouse, whatever. So this is definitely one of the most satisfying missions in the game, in my opinion. I love the side missions in these games. I don't know why it just stopped just now, but I don't see a stop sign. I also noticed there's no traffic lights in Bulworth. Does anybody else notice that? Maybe I'm wrong, but it's just an interesting detail I noticed. In fact, now that I think about it, do they have any stop signs either? I'm sure they have to have at least one, right? Although I'm not seeing any. And if you are unaware, just a reminder, Hattrick, Mr. Hattrick is the big fat black math teacher that we fought, or we don't fight him, but he's the one, oh, that's a hiding place. He's the one that in chapter 1, when Russell beats us up, he just complains that we're not in our school uniform. I wish I had some firecrackers, but I think I wasted them all last mission. That's awesome. Although it's not as satisfying if it takes you a few punches to break the glass. I don't know about you. Yeah, firecrackers would have been awesome. I like seeing multiple things break at once. Alright, I guess I did it too close to the middle. Now it looks like we got the cops on us. Boy, that meter's actually filling up a lot faster than I thought. Feels like they do like inconsistent damage for the meter too, it's weird. But I mean, this rich asshole guy deserves it. Ooh, yeah. What the hell? Why didn't it work that time? I love just charging through glass. Jimmy, if he was doing this for real, he'd not only would he get caught a lot faster, but he'd be in the hospital for having severe lacerations with all this glass. Oh man, I should have destroyed his car. But yeah, all you gotta do is just escape the property and that's it. And it looks like Mr. Galloway, he pays us because we got 40 bucks for it, so sweet.
Hey, good
Uh-oh,
man.
here's trouble, fellas.
Oh, you're so angry. But I think
Look
you've
at
got
her
a softer
teeth.
side.
Haven't you
Yes.
caused enough trouble?
That's not fair. I'm a nice girl. I'm nice to everyone.
Oh my
Now,
gosh, she
everyone
is so
hates
terrible
me.
at this manipulation crap.
I'm sorry.
But
Well,
once again, everybody falls for it.
okay. But now Johnny and his boys won't even speak to me.
Boys can get really jealous when they find out you've been kissing another boy.
It wasn't like that. I'm not like that.
Okay.
But I left all my things in the abandoned tenements where they hang out. My address book, my
I will say
keys,
this, I
my
like the leopard
perfume,
print on her
my
jacket.
lipstick,
Very nice.
even my laundry. Everything. Now I've got nothing. I don't have much money.
That's too bad.
Maybe you could get them back for me?
You want me to steal your stuff back from a bloodthirsty mob of angry greaseballs?
I'd be very grateful, Jimmy. Very grateful.
Alright, so it's nighttime, so I mean, hopefully I don't run out of time during this mission. This one's also a very memorable mission for me because you're going into an interior that you can't go back into, which is the tenements, of course, the name of the mission itself. Jeez, I'm actually having a tough time figuring out where I'm supposed to be going on this map. But yeah, it kind of bothers me because there's a cool weapon you can get in this mission that you can't actually use on anybody, and it's only in this mission, and I don't know, it's super lame type deal. Yeah, I'm trying to, sometimes I like to just ride my skateboard like, you know, like the punks from the Warriors. The Warriors, you know, I did a poll a few weeks ago, and it seems like the Warriors was your guys' favorite game on the channel, or at least of those who did vote. And it was by a wide margin, which is pretty interesting to think. So if you guys are interested in seeing me play the Warriors on PS2, more than happy to do that. I love that game. And I love the movie. I watched the movie well before I even knew there was a game. But yeah, now we got to go throughout the tenements. This I mean, it's I know it's just a game, but I mean, it's sad to think there's probably some people that literally live in maybe a place like this and have no choice to. But I mean, look at how destroyed this place is. But yeah, you can see there's a whole bunch of greasers that are going to be hanging out in here. I'm assuming this is where the majority of them live and whatnot. But yeah, I've even tried to save them and not beat them up for the weapon, but you'll see that once I get the special weapon, they're just not going to spawn anymore, unfortunately. Jeez, now I can't even turn around.
I'll fix that.
I don't know, it kind of bothers me. I feel like when you see the characters and you beat them up so many times, it kind of takes the flavor out of them. You know, I think Ricky is pretty cool, and then once you get to this chapter, you know, oh, that was awesome. He got shot in the balls by his own partner. That was great. Jeez, that was actually a really good setup by Hal. I'm not gonna lie, that was pretty crazy. So what was I gonna say? But yeah, I mean, you see these kids around school and stuff like that, and you know, you see them in some missions, and you think they're cool, and then you just beat them up like 20 times. Like, I'm pretty sure, I think his name's Lefty. It's the one with the jean jacket. I just kicked his ass. He got taken out by his own partner literally 2 seconds ago. And, you know, he's back here again. I don't know if that's just because of the PS2, the emulator, or whatever, but I mean, it's just, you know, I get it, but I don't know. It's just, you lose a lot of respect for these kids, and, you know, them acting tough, saying they're going to beat you up, and, you know, you can take out 20 guys at one time. No issue. You know, it makes Jimmy look like a superhuman. Jeez, there's even a massive hole in the floor and everything. But I don't know, maybe nobody lives here. This might just be like a big hangout for like all the kids and stuff like that. Or the greasers, I should say. But I'm not really 100% sure what the implication is here, because obviously all our stuff is here, but it could just be a hangout thing. There it is, Norton.
Whoa, what are you doing here?
Taking out the trash.
Yeah, Jimmy just tanks a massive sledgehammer blow. Jeez. Okay, I gotta stay away from these. I'm almost dead. Are you serious? What the hell kind of a throw was that? I hope there's some coal in one of those, one of some of these boxes, because I definitely need it. Shoot, it's getting pretty close. I can't have him get too close with the firecrackers either, or else I'll knock myself out. Massive damage. Jeez, and he's just a powerhouse. I mean, it'd be interesting if he was like this for the rest of the game. Not with like the sledgehammer, of course, but just like, you know, making him a real powerhouse. Like, I feel like he would be the closest thing to like the greasers, having like that big tough kid in the clique, but he just doesn't have that much health in comparison to guys like Biff or Damon or you know, Russell, stuff like that. And I think that's the only clique that's kind of missing a big tough guy like him. Jeez. Seems like the more slingshots I shoot, the less damage they do. Just hoping I could jump to the other side. At least those stop him. I'll give him that. Although he comes back with a vengeance. That was pretty close. So yeah, I mean, you get this massive sledgehammer. It looks like a bunch of fun. And it's kind of fun to destroy things, but you can't use it as a weapon. So it's like, why tease us like that, boy? You know, I mean, we get hit by the, you know, the sledgehammer, so why can't we, you know, have a little fun ourselves and take out some more of those greasers? Especially since, I mean, like, the mission's practically over at this point. It's literally just, I gotta break down a few walls and go down a level, I believe, to, you know, get some remaining items and then leave out the door. But I don't know, it's interesting the way they structured it. I want to feel like, you know, Triple H with the sledgehammer. Her keys. Yeah, so her keys are here, so there's no way that they live here, I hope. It's kind of interesting you go outside for a little bit, but there's nothing really special to see. For some reason, they set up like a bunch of like red herring kind of things. Like there was a wall upstairs I didn't need to actually break, but they just have it there for some reason. Also, why can't I just break down the front door? Yeah, so I got lost on the way there. and it was like a 5-minute just trying to get back to Wawa, so I just ended up skipping it. If I do stuff like that, which I think because, you know, I'm not too familiar with the later parts of the maps,
You're great.
to where I just like go off on random areas and go on the wrong path or take a really long route to the wrong spot because it's behind a locked door, I'm just gonna skip past it from now on. But speaking of
Wow.
side missions
You're
and stuff
so
like that, so
manly.
this one is kind of another Edna mission. Jeez, look at those flies. Well, I'll let it speak for itself for a minute.
Oh, hey, kid. How do I look?
Great. Who's the lucky guy?
Dr. Watt!
The chemistry teacher?
I don't know what it is about that guy, but every time I get a look at his bald head and manic eyes, I go all gooey inside.
Okay, that's enough information. Thanks.
Yeah, it's true. Love is blind.
I sure hope so.
Hey, kid, I need you to do me a favor. Dr. Watts doesn't actually realize that we're going on a date yet. But we are. And I need to get ready. So, can you get me Ms. Phillips' perfume from the staff room? You know where that is, right? Oh, and I almost forgot. Some candy and some sedatives. And for the sedatives, don't buy them. Just look for them in the trash.
Alright, so yeah, she's gonna set up
Good.
a date with the chemistry teacher. Hold on a second, I'm gonna need some health. So I got the assist. I can't tell if is that Davis or no, I think that's Trent, the boy. So we got the assist here.
Something special
I got
for
this
me.
for you.
This is so
And that's
sweet.
200% health,
You
fellas.
kiss once a day.
I just got it like that.
Sick.
But jeez, what was I? Yeah, so Edna, she's, you know, in the first mission, you know, you don't think much of her. I mean, she's absolutely disgusting. The fact that she like takes the cook's cats. I mean, I'm a massive cat lover, so I mean, I don't like that. But you could argue that a lot of people don't like that stuff, or don't mind that stuff, at the very least. But this set of missions, you're gonna find out pretty quickly. She's just how massive of a scumbag she is.
That does sound awful.
Boy, those science teachers love to talk, don't they?
Been for Harrington's interference.
What the hell? Bottle of perfume. Yeah, so not only does she's kind of like just an asshole, which we have to steal stuff for her too, so that's kind of a dirtbag thing. I think they don't really outright state it, but I think she does have something against Ms. Phillips, as she likes to be called. Nice. But yeah, because like she messes with her cats, she steals her bottle, has Jimmy steal her bottle of perfume, and so I don't know, I think it's kind of one of those things where maybe it's like a jealousy thing. 'Cause I think the only other girl teacher in school is the music teacher.
Get off that bike.
But yeah, I thought I'd make it a little more interesting. But I don't think she's actually in. I could be wrong, but I don't think she actually showed up until the scholarship edition. So, but either way, I mean, we kind of mess with Miss Phillips a bit, just for, you know, her part in it or whatever. You know, Miss Phillips didn't do anything to Edna, I don't think. And of course, you know, I don't know. I don't really want to spoil what's going to come up soon, but I mean, even though I think they kind of paint Edna as like a joke character and funny, and you know, it's tongue-in-cheek or whatever, and it's not as big of a deal. You're gonna see she's on an even worse level than stuck in the door. An even worse level than Mr. Burton, and we've already seen, you know, he had us steal panties from the girls' dorm. And, you know, Jim Boy, he's not innocent in all this. Obviously, he's stealing from Ms. Phillips, too. He's getting all this stuff ready as well. He's getting the panties for Mr. Burton and his obsession, stuff like that. So, pretty, you know, he's pretty terrible stuff here. That was too close. That was wild.
You're coming with me.
I wonder if they have any heat in Bullworth. It seems like the kind of school where they just wouldn't give a shit about that. Yeah.
Hey, Edna, I got your stuff.
Jeez.
Hey, Edna, you old bat. I got your stuff. Oh, whoa.
I think the worst part about Edna is her hair.
Fantastic. If I was 50 years older, I'd date you myself.
Ah, thanks, kid. Where's the perfume?
Right here.
Jeez. That was probably like a $200-something perfume, too.
Thanks. I needed that. I get so nervous.
Edna, especially in her winter outfit, actually reminds me of Bo Raicho.
Kid, wait.
When she drank that perfume from Mortal Kombat, the 3D era. I'm surprised she didn't fart or something like that. This is still the era where I felt like that kind of stuff was
Will
common.
you spit in Mr. Hattricks if I say yes?
For you, kid, I'll do worse than spit.
Okay. What do you want?
I want to go on a nice date with Dr. Watt.
So go then. Have fun.
Yeah, well, you know what you kids are like. You see a beautiful couple out on a date, and you're bound to do anything to ruin it.
You got a point.
So listen, I need you to watch out for me.
I don't know what Jimmy, maybe he doesn't like the idea of what Edna's planning, but you know, I think it's funny he just had his fists out for some reason. Now, I don't know how this one works. I think it's a continuation. It's a separate mission from Cook's Crush, I believe. But you can start at any time. It's like a half a thing, and I don't know. It's weird. I think it's the only mission that's like this. Because, I mean, I didn't see any loading screen for it, so I don't know if it has its own separate title. I always get the tree controls mixed up. That was, again, I just love the idle animation, not even looking at each other.
It's so great to finally be out of the kitchen. Though I can't say I care for the food here. Everyone wrong.
Oh wait, did anybody ever watch that 70s show? Because I think the cook that was supposed to be the nasty cook in that show was also called Edna. So I wonder if that's like a reference to that. I mean, I doubt it because it's so obscure, but I don't know. Maybe Edna is just a perfect gross cook name for a cafeteria or something like that. She's also played by, I forget what her name is, the actress, but she was also the one that played the mom and Married with Children, which is an interesting little fact. But she was also Stephen Hyde's mom and stuff like that. Obviously, Stephen Hyde was played by, I think it's Danny Masterson, and you know, obviously there's the uncomfortable things with him. But I don't know. Interesting to see those things connect in a little way.
I'm surprised to see you.
I wonder if I can knock any of these people out with this. They seem to just kind of run off.
Ah, the foolish infatuations of youth.
This mission is, I remember this mission being a hell of a lot harder than I remember. But I think that's kind of with a lot of these missions. And that guy didn't go.
I imagine they'd be constantly thinking about your bald head. The beads of sweat on your forehead and the way you laugh.
You're a scientist.
Yeah, I don't think you can knock anybody out. Why did that guy have a bat ready?
Sounds like you've given it some thought.
Oh yes, I mean, it's obvious, isn't it? Your coffee is getting cold.
Oh yeah, there's no way that you can knock any of these people out. I think they have like a special setting, because obviously I hit Pinky earlier, she's a girl. I think I hit a few girls, and my trouble meter doesn't even go up, so they're probably like special things. This is getting real bad real quick though.
Yeah, that's probably it.
It's kind of cool in like the candidate though, her health regenerates.
Good. Oh, I better go. Oh no! The visions are back! Get back, foul fiends!
Oh, come on, gorgeous. It's about time I show you what
So yeah, pretty messed up. Pretty much we just assisted the cafeteria cook in date raping the freaking chemistry teacher. So I mean, yeah, Mr. Burton is bad, but I think because she's not portrayed as a villain, I think people sometimes forget just how that Edna is probably, without a shadow of a doubt, by far the worst character in the game. It's a little bit subjective because, you know, Mr. Burton, he's stealing stuff from underage girls, and we don't know the details of what he actually did to Zoe, which I'm assuming, you know, sexual harassment. It probably wasn't just comments. But, yeah, it's pretty messed up stuff here that, you know, played for comedy and laughs, too, so it was a different time. You know, a lot of stuff I don't really mind. You know, I think comedy shouldn't be censored in a lot of ways, but it still has to make people laugh, you know. That's kind of that Adult Swim, you know, haha, somebody died, edgy humor, lulz, kind of cringe humor. But
People do things, incredible things.
and this mission is interesting because
People blossom and grow. That really
I forget if it's, I think it's supposed to be chapter 3. I did it in chapter 4, but I can't remember if it's something where like you can't do it until chapter 4 and these guys mess with you. So it makes sense for chapter 3 because the greasers hate you and stuff. But I don't know. I forget. I think there may have been like a glitch or something where they didn't put it in the correct chapter.
I must look my best tonight. Tonight? Wow. Of course. Is this legal? Of course.
When she said she has to work out her muse, is she essentially insinuating she kind of has to like masturbate or something like that? Because that's kind of interesting. But then again, maybe it's just my mind going there. Maybe she's just gonna paint. I feel bad for talking through it because that's probably one of my favorite cutscenes in the game too. But I don't know. I'm assuming you guys. There is the non-commentary version. I don't know if I mentioned it this video, but I always make a non-commentary version for each of the Bully chapters released at the same exact time as the commentary version. So just check the description below for all the previous chapters I played. If you're watching this and chapter 4 is already out, you know, I'm gonna make sure to add, you know, all the chapters as they come out to each of the descriptions. And if you don't see it, you know, just let me know and I'll put it down there for you guys. But yeah, pretty much Peanut, I don't know what the hell he was doing just waiting in there in general, but now he's pretty much got all of his greaser friends to mess us up. But yeah, if they ever make a sequel, like I said, I wouldn't mind like a small group of them, but I mean they kind of, unless if it's in like an actual decade where they make sense, you know, I think it'd be cool if they took a Bully game where, you know, nostalgia, you know, 80s, 70s, 90s, something like that. I wouldn't mind if they did that and had the greasers, but if it's like supposed to be a modern day, the greasers are just too cartoony. But I don't think a modern day Bully, it would, you know, with smartphones and TikTok and social media and stuff like that, I don't think it'd be as much fun. I don't think it would work. But yeah, we're gonna get dressed real quick in our best clothes for our date, you know, with Ms. Phillips. I ended up fast forwarding the footage a little bit, and it's for you guys. I was thinking again the top hat myself, but you know, I gotta look presentable here, you know, make it look a little, you know, I can't be embarrassing myself before we already go, you know, on the date. Gotta walk before we run. Oh, well, the preps have actually been helping me out here. Oh man, we got the backup here. So this is why you don't mess with me and old Bulworth Vale, fellas. I feel bad because I'm not actually trying to kick Tad, but he keeps getting in the way. Alright, we got him. We got that pauper, fellas. Interesting, with all the shit that I did to Tad, he's still gonna fight for me. That's why the respects. I think it'd be cool, you know, if they do make a Bully sequel, they can't have the respect system the same way it was. it's just too fickle, and it doesn't mean anything in the grand scheme of things. And at the end of the game, everybody's on good terms anyway. But it pretty much, to me, all it means is that for the majority of the game, whenever I try to go to gym, Damon is just pissed off and on site because he's always there right before the gym. He's calling me out before I can even make it through the gates to head to the gym, you know, before I can even hear the faint sound of, "It's good check time, punk," or, you know, "I'm gonna beat you till you love me," or something crazy like that. So, I mean, that's all it does for me.
Got my eye on you.
This might come in handy.
Jeez, I'm not trying to deal. I'm not trying to deal with these guys right now, honestly. I don't got my backup either. Spud gun is too OP. I probably should have gone for the bus. Then again, it's a big date, you know, can't wait around for a bus. Gotta get my butt out of here. It'd actually be pretty crazy, well, actually, I won't spoil it. Boy, after school hours and everything. Can't get caught. When do the prefects ever get a break?
Here you go.
Oh, Jimmy, what took you so long? Thanks.
No problem. Oh, man, I can't believe this. My first time with a teacher. Oh, man, this is gonna be great.
Hey, Jimmy, what are you doing here?
Nothing. What are you doing here?
Ah, well, it's a little awkward, but since you've been such a good friend to me, Ms. Phillips, she's asked me, of all people, can you believe? She's asked me on a date.
Wait, she asked you? I think you're mistaken.
What?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's been some sort of mistake. You sure you haven't been hitting the bottle again?
No. I mean, yes, I am sure.
Well, okay then.
Hitting the bottle.
Lionel, you came. You look great.
So do you, Deirdre.
Thank you.
Wait, what?
Jimmy, what are you still doing here?
What do you mean?
This boy is an angel. He's been magnificent.
Uh-huh.
And he is so cute.
Cute. Nice.
Come on, Lionel, let's go.
Bye, Jimmy.
Yeah, unfortunately, it seems like we,
Wait, Miss Phillips.
Jimmy's pissed now. He wants to fight Mr. Galloway. Fortunately, it seems that we are not going out with the teacher, Ms. Phillips. Obviously, it would be illegal and whatnot. But, so I guess Jimmy and rebounding, he's gonna try his luck with, Lola instead.
Huh, there he is, my hero.
What's your problem now?
If you really cared about me, you'd fight for me.
First of all, I'm not sure I really care about you.
Oh.
And second, what do you think I've been doing?
Tad fights for me, Gord fights for me, Johnny, well, he certainly fights for me. In fact, they're all about to fight for me. Right now. Everyone apart from you.
Who's fighting?
Tad and all the rich kids are coming here to fight Johnny and his boys. All because of me. I'm like Helen of Troy.
So there's gonna be a big fight? A winner-take-all sort of thing?
Yes, everyone's involved apart from you. I'm Helen of Troy, and
Boys
you're more
named
interested
Troy.
in boys called Troy.
Whatever.
Yeah, this is why I think, you know, Lola is the worst girl in the game. She doesn't care that there's like just a bunch of dudes fighting for her. She revels in, you know, she relishes the attention she gets from all the dudes and whatnot. I love how he just slid back up. Kind of like some Tekken 7 stuff. But, you know, she's terrible. She just loves the attention, you know. Doesn't care about any of them either, so... Definitely, I think the worst girl in the game, even if Mandy is a straight up just terrible asshole. Yeah, wouldn't it be, like I was saying before, wouldn't it be interesting if, if Miss Phillips, you could actually add her to your harem? I mean, it'd be like a Japanese anime, like those, geez, what are they called? The isekais? Yeah, it'd be like that. I mean, I feel like there's always one teacher in there for some reason. if it has something to do with like a school life or something like that. But yeah, I'm sure there's I guarantee it that there's a mod out there in which you can kiss Miss Phillips and maybe other adults. But yeah, as you can see, I was kind of following the pedestrians. I wasn't able to find Peanut. I don't know, something about the map in this area. It just kind of gets to me, where I keep going on the wrong corners or whatever, wrong turns. So this is just pretty much Peanut. He's the star of this mission. This is the most relevance he has.
I'm done with you chumps. Now tell me where Johnny is so I can finish him off.
So his 15 minutes of fame in this game is essentially getting beaten up by Jimmy after ambushing him. And even that, I mean, the Vance dude seems like he's the one who was doing the talking. I think that's Vance. Correct me if I'm wrong. And I think the one with the jean jacket's Lefty. I usually know a lot of the names of pretty much almost all the kids in this game. But I don't know, something about the greasers, they kind of, some of them just blend in with each other. You know, you got the short ones, you got the jean jacket ones, and stuff like that. And I think they're meant to look unique, but they kind of don't. Man, maybe Peanut's not doing too bad for his moment of fame. He kind of skinned me with those combos. Trying out some new moves I got in wrestling class. Not working out too well for me. Man, I can never finish anybody with that fucking headbutt. I think he might have more health than usual, because there's no way that after all that he didn't go down. But I do love that sweep. And then look at Hal. Hal's here even though he wasn't in the fight. I don't know what they were thinking.
Uncle! Who won? Me! Jimmy Hopkins! That's who! Who won? You! Who? Jimmy Hopkins! Correct! That's right, ladies! Me! I'm the daddy now!
You treacherous little snake! You think you're tough, huh?
You don't need any more of this, Johnny.
You laugh at me? You turn on me? You get it on with that harlot who I love? I'm gonna destroy you!
Alright, calm down, man. It's cool. You lost.
See, I feel like this stuff kind of comes out of nowhere, because Jimmy he even told Gary he had no intention of ruling the school. He didn't want to get into trouble and all this and that. And obviously he had to in a lot of certain situations, and he went out of his way to do and mess with people who were bullying with others. But I don't think it's until this like Johnny mission, like this literal mission right here, where he's like, okay, yeah, you know, you work for me now, I'm doing this and that. He did it with Darby, but that was after he beat him. It's just like, all right, I beat you guys, stop bullying everybody, kind of like we did with Russell. But this is where he's really getting into his head, where, you know, you work for me now. He's trying to take control of all the cliques and kind of rule the school in a bit. And you'll see it a little bit more in Chapter 4, which I guess that's character progression and growth and whatnot, but I don't know, it just seems odd to me. A little bit of suddenness, but this is a pretty cool section because it's actually in a separate area of the map. I think there's even a version of this where there isn't snow, because I think the original intent in the beta was it was going to be Chapter 4 that was going to be snowy, not Chapter 3. Love that jump that dude did. But yeah, I think the junkyard is cool. I love the music too. But it sucks that you can't just access this on the map at all. But this is actually the first time I did this mission. You're not gonna see it, but I can't put my failures out there for everybody to see. But I actually ended up losing to Johnny here. I forget exactly why, but I was just messing around too much. But here's another question. I mean, I was talking about how people know what's going on here. Why is Pete here? How the hell did he know we were going to be in this area conveniently to help? And if he didn't know, well, okay, what the hell is he doing here in general? That dude shot me right in the balls. That is glass, too. That had to really sting. But, yeah, I mean, there's just a lot of stuff that just doesn't make sense in this game. Like, I don't know. I guess you shouldn't get in the way of a good story. But it kind of just makes you ask too many questions when it doesn't need to be that way, you know what I mean? Man, I might just... He's not going in the center. I might be able to just beat Johnny just using my slingshot here. Oh, this is... I don't know why the hell he's not going in the center. I thought that as soon as Pete gains access to it, he can just... He automatically goes into the center of the crane so that way he gets taken off.
Better start running.
Boy, Johnny is struggling over here, fellas. Alright, yeah, he's... I'm gonna try and get him in the crane. There he is. I thought it was in the center of the map. But yeah, as you can tell by his health, we're gonna cream Johnny, so that's the end of Chapter 3 after this cutscene. You know, like and subscribe if you enjoyed. Make sure to check out next week for Chapter 4 of, you know, Miscellaneous Monday, the boy playthrough. And above all else, thank you for watching, and remember to have a nice day.
I told you, I was the daddy. Got it? I'm in charge. You do what I say.
All right, I give up. You can have her.
Who? What are you talking about, Johnny?
Lola, you win. She's yours.
This has nothing to do with her, man. I don't care. You can keep that slut for yourself.
What? You don't want her? Then why did you do this? Why'd you fight? Just to prove you're tougher than me?
That's right. And don't you or your boys forget it. I'm tougher than you, so maybe now you'll stop bullying everyone. You work for me now.
Oh, man.